So if you're new to this channel, and this is my new channel, this is where I'm putting all of the weird and wonderful woo-woo type readings. This is where all of the Weird Wednesday readings will now be. It's where all of the mystery readings will be, all the conspiracy readings, and anything that's a little bit woo-woo is going to be here on this channel. Get into today's reading. Today's reading is all about the storms. Currently at the moment we've had a cyclone in Florida, which is Cyclone Helena, I believe its name is. And we've got another one coming which was very devastating. And we've got another one coming through within 2 weeks of the first one, and it's called Cyclone Milton. And it may be even bigger yet. So all of these storm energies, these cyclones, these earthquakes, are they natural earth events? Natural disasters? Is the earth trying to tell us something? Is the earth moving its orbit or changing its polarity? Are we getting sun flares, which we currently are getting some solar flares from the sun hitting the earth? Is that what is making the earth weather patterns do strange things? We have some strange activity in the aircraft in the skies, going back and forth over those areas where the storms have been. Is that what's causing these storms? Currently at the moment on the James Webb telescope, they've picked up an object that changed course and is heading towards Earth. Could that be what's causing some of the tension on the Earth? I don't know. These are just some of the questions that I have, and I know that there are some of the questions that you have as well. So let's take a look here. We've got battles for dominance. Neptune Moon, which is the name of the deck that I'm using. Moon energy here. Now, this currently at the moment, in my predictions last month on my other channel for September, I predicted that there would be weather, earth events that was very intense around from the 15th of September through into early October, and this is when these two cyclones are hitting. Now I based my prophecies on both the cards as well as my feelings and instincts, but also based it on the the eclipses that are currently taking place. We had an eclipse in Pisces in September. I think it was September 15th. It was a partial lunar eclipse, and it was in Pisces. Now Pisces has Neptune sitting in Pisces at the moment, and I did predict that because of this I felt that there would be a lot of water energy. So, and we did have the unusually high storm surges. So that kind of was bringing in the energy of the planets and what the planets are doing that affect our planet. And this is what this is indicating here. So the moon and the planets do have some kind of effect on the Earth's energy. Here we've got Mars. Now I've never looked into Mars to see what Mars is doing and whether or not Mars affects the Earth energy. Mars is all about intensity. It's all about energy of fighting and battles and just strong, intense energy. It's a surge of energy. So perhaps this surge of energy that's coming in the weather is also somehow connected to the planet Mars. So whatever Mars is doing on an astrological type situation, how that affects the Earth. So that's something to keep an eye on. Now, spiritual awakening, I'm feeling just remembering who you are. So it's about remembering certain things. Here's memory. We need a little bit more clarification on what we mean by remembering who you are in this context. I do believe it goes much stronger than this. It goes much deeper, this rabbit hole, than just talking about planets here. And I am going to go further down this rabbit hole. Okay, we've got this renewal or this emergence of this new world or new energy, new beginnings. So it's like the earth is trying to reset itself, or it's something that is trying to, this new emergence Now, could this be, here we've got, could this be an emergence of other crafts? Because that's apparently what's happening as well. People are seeing other crafts. Emergence of a new planet. Currently we've got the second moon in our orbit. Is this causing intense weather activity, cyclones? This new world, we have this new moon, this new mini moon sitting in our orbit at the moment. It'll be here for 2 months, over the month of October and November. It came in at the end of September, around about the time of these cyclones as well. So that's very interesting as well. It's something new that's coming in here, the journey. So the journey, growth and evolution. I believe this is the journey of that, the journey of the planets, it could be the evolution. And this is just indicating truthful insights. It says believer's truth. Let's break this reading down. Are these storms caused or heightened? The intensity of this energy of these cyclones and these weather events, are they caused by man-made technology? So is the man-made technology making these weather patterns increased in intensity? In my prediction, I did say that they're going to be increased in either in both intensity or quantity, and they're definitely increased in how big they are, how big the events are. Okay, this is saying this is forbidden fruit, and it's knowledge that we're not allowed to have. Somebody is protecting this information. The sovereigns trying to get control. They're protecting this information of what I just said. Neptune moon. Again, the moon. The mini moon. You see the two moons here? Okay, information not allowed. Man-made technology. Is this technology created by non-humans? Is this non-human created technology? Now what I'm getting here is that in that case that would be to change the atmosphere, make it more, make the atmosphere more suitable conditions for other beings from the past. So the universe corresponds. Okay, let's make this a little clearer and then I'll read from the Realm deck cards. Okay. Is it non-human technology that is intensifying these weather patterns, these storms? In the present timeline, trying to separate or divide the path. Breaking chains, knowledge from the past. It could be Anunnaki or beings coming in from the past. Let's go to the Realm deck here. Please tell me, what is causing these intense storms? Conductor, allowing energy to flow in or allowing something to come in. Spatial 5D. It's the changing the shape of the container or changing something in the 5D to allow this energy flow in. Now this energy flow in feels like these storms coming in. and there's lies and deception around that. Please give me a definitive answer on what is going on with these intense cyclones in Florida. Altered, programmed, or been altered, weather altering, and the sun. So, and there is some sun, I believe we had some class X flares towards the earth. So the sun activity, but then it is altered for intensity. It alters something on our earth that causes the intensity. Is this all natural? Is this natural, just natural part of the cycle of the earth and the sun? And we're being watched by other negative entities, trying to bring us into fear, to control and dominate. It is about the dimension and trying to get control of the dimensions. This says 4D. Architecture or device or technology. So when I've asked, is it natural? This doesn't look too natural to me. It looks like something or someone trying to get negative energy, trying to cause more fear with the people. Secret, keep it to yourself. Trying to get control of something around the dimensions, opening a dimension, opening a portal, something around that. Now it's done with a device or technology. I feel it is done with, this is fallen angels. It is beyond our comprehension, and it affects the collective. They're trying to get control of the collective mind, and that's done through fear. In survival mode, when you're living in fear in survival mode, it helps them get control. Who are we talking about here? Who are we talking about? Image as above, so below. It's also moon related. Affects our emotions. Again, emotions is moon related. It's like tides, it affects our moods. The pull of the gravity or the pull of the moon. So I'm just thinking now with this mini moon in orbit, is that affecting, like intensifying things? Again, it's saying it's like they're keeping an eye on this. It keeps saying that we're being surveilled, or they're keeping an eye on this. Talking about 5D, the Nibiru, planet of the crossing, and transferring. It says transferring consciousness, but transferring. It's a slow process. This is good benefic energy. And this is a conductor again, allowing energy to flow in, or energy is flowing in from somewhere. This looks like the cyclone in, but it's very intense energy. So what is causing this to be so intense? Is it the sun or the moon? The sun. Those X-class flares facing Earth facing causes more intenseness to the storms, but also I think it has something to do with the eclipse as well. The eclipse, and the eclipse happens when they're crossing the path on the elliptic path of the nodes of the moon, which is not an actual physical thing. Nodes of the moon are not a physical thing. I think it's the shadow of the moon. So when they cross on the elliptic plane on the shadow of the moon, that's when we get solar eclipses. So that may indicate something going on there. So here it's saying something happening. So a few things happening at the same time, which is exactly what we've got going on now. We've got a mini moon, we've got X-class flares, we've got solar activity, we've got geomagnetic earth energy storms happening around us as well. So not just physical storms. This is happening in the higher realms. So higher up, so up in the around the sun and the moon maybe. Or we could be talking about actual realms. Could also be a combination of laser technology. Again, we're talking Anunnaki. What do you want to tell me about the Anunnaki? A new realm, new creation, new beginning. Changing of an age. So this is the rotation of the precession of the equinox happening at the same time. It says simultaneously things are happening at the same time. So we could also be having either a polar shift or a precession of the equinox, which is when that all moves. Changing of an age. How is that connected to intensified storms? There's a mechanical timekeeper, which again is kind of related to the precession of the equinox. It is also connected to, see these things I'm just noticing when I spoke about the nodes, which are the shadows of the moon, and when the sun goes through its ecliptic path and it passes through the nodes, north node, south node, this is what causes a eclipse, and this is what I think this is showing me. So it's showing me a mechanical timekeeper. When the sun passes through that ecliptic, it causes the eclipse, which then in turn causes struggles or battles, weather patterns, intense energy. This is the geomagnetic energy around the earth. Here's the moon. And maybe it's like a push and pull kind of energy here. And this could be also affecting the tides because it's this push and pull energy. This is what I'm seeing in this image. So between these two images, I'm seeing eclipse energy. I'm seeing all two planets kind of pushing against each other, fighting for energy. It says fighting battles, fighting for energy. And I'm seeing all this geomagnetic storm energy around us. And this pulling of energy. Mechanical timekeeper. It makes things much bigger. This is the giant card. It makes them much bigger, the storms. Okay, so not good for humans, camouflaged in plain sight, bound under servitude and mind control. I just feel they fell out in a strange way, so they're not as important as the card that was on top. Okay, anything else? Now, is there weather manipulation going on from the humans that are intensifying this, or is it trying to help the situation? It's trying to slow down the changing of the age, the transfer of the energy, or the transfer from the pole shifting or moving, transferring. It's trying to slow that down. Maybe that mechanical, that not mechanical warfare, they're altering it. They're trying to alter it because it's the slow it down and alter it so it's not the ending of an era. They don't want the end of, they don't want us to move into. Now this could all be connected to the path. The sun is what they're showing me. The sun on its path as it's moving has something to do with the, you pull these words in, something to do with the North Star, the pole moving. It's not flipping, it's not flipping, it's moving. And they're trying to, and that brings an end. Maybe it brings an end to certain things, and they're trying to prevent that from happening. They're not trying to speed it up. It says it's slowing it down. They're trying to prevent it, the transfer. They're trying to alter that. Who's trying to alter that? Cosmic beings from elsewhere. Trying to manipulate or come to the physical realm. This says find meaning in the divine. Divine symbols. Watching what's going on and reading the patterns, reading the symbols. But cosmic beings from elsewhere, these get deep, these get strange. Trying to come into the physical realm or manipulate or alter the physical realm. Why are they trying to do that? Keep it to yourself. It's all about history, rewritten. So history can be rewritten. And here it's talking about ending of an era. Again, endings of an era. Change of an age, resets, ending of an era, rewriting history, rewriting the current civilization. Who is doing this? Who's trying to do this? They did say battles, there's battles and wars, so maybe one is trying to slow it down and one's trying to alter it and manipulate it. This says underwater. Maybe some parts will be underwater, suppressed, kept hidden. Okay, anything else that you want to tell me about the storms? I'll pull from 3 decks. Anything else that you want to tell me about the intensity of these current storms? So it is saying here for sure that it is, so it's, okay, there's bad intentions. The malefics are trying to slow it down. They're trying to alter it to slow it down. So the ones with bad intentions. Now others are trying to wipe our history or wipe something out. But it says forgotten knowledge and something about our history, our God code, our DNA. So there is a combination of things happening now between the, it says simultaneous at the same time. So between the eclipses, the mini moon, it even spoke about Mars energy. So something going on with Mars energy. I'll have to check the charts to see what's going on there. There is, it did say the sun. It said it's the sun causing it. But then we also have other beings trying to alter the dimensions or alter the energy, and some of them have bad intentions. So but there does appear to be a fight of some sort. Someone's trying to slow it down. Okay, this is the radiant energy, so it's talking about energy, so changes in energy or alignment, and here is the polar duality. This is the polar. Changes around or realigning the polar energy, so shifting polar energy, realigning, trying to find balance, trying to balance the polar energy. And the next deck, the storms, the intensity of the storms. Why are they so intense? They are difficult situations. They are difficult, challenging situations for all those who are involved in them. That many of them are having to leave their homes behind. See how this energy is very practical? It's giving us very practical energy about what's going on with the storms. Something is being manipulated. So there's manipulation, storm manipulation. They're being manipulated. Taking it up to the next, manipulating it, taking it to the next level. People need to protect themselves. This is going to take time. This is going to happen over a bit of time. It's going to be either this cyclone that's coming in as a slow moving cyclone and will take time, or they're playing with this manipulation, leveling up this energy over time. This one just says celebrating accomplishments. Trying to achieve something. Anything else that you want to tell me about the storms? Are they weather manipulation? Trying to hold them back. So maybe that weather manipulation is trying to prevent it or hold it back. But changes to people's homes. Could also be to intentionally change where people are living, so people don't live in those areas anymore. But it does say that they're trying to hold it back. You can see this one here is holding back this storm activity, this weather activity, trying to hold it back. So the manipulation might actually be to try and hold it back. Ground yourself, connect to the earth. Okay, as I say that, I don't believe it about the holding it back. It's more likely they're making it go bigger, expanding it and go bigger. So it connects to the ground. So it's energy that's playing out up above in the geomagnetic energy that's playing out around us. They are manipulating that energy so it comes down to the ground and hits the ground. And they're making it bigger. So this energy that comes from the sun, these X-class flares, these activities, this solar activity that facing the earth comes in. Now maybe it doesn't always hit the earth. Maybe it just stays in the storms in the geomagnetic energy around the earth. But when they expand it, manipulate it, make it bigger, then it brings it into the earth's realm or the earth sphere to hit the ground. Okay, so that was a little bit interesting. There was a lot there, and it did say there was simultaneous reasons why this is all occurring, both on a physical plane and on a cosmic plane. Thank you so much for joining me down this rabbit hole.